What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're dipping in and taking another look at Oblivion Remastered here on the Steam Deck. And the reason I want to do this is I've been pointed to a mod that came out recently, and really there's a lot of mods already happening for this, especially ones that kind of help with performance. The one in particular, though, is called LUMEN BE GONE that I want to check out in this video and show the difference as far as visuals and the actual FPS or performance that you're going to get, and see if it's something you want to mess with potentially here on the deck, or maybe even in another device if you want to. Now again, this is called LUMEN BE GONE. I'll put a link to this in the description for the mod. You will need a free account to be able to download this, and it's very simple. It's just a replacement here, not a replacement, really turning off the Lumen RT for lower end hardware, making it a little easier to run even if visuals aren't as good. They've got Game Pass, the Steam version, and Steam Deck locations here to kind of help you out. And all you're doing is replacing the engine.ini file. Extremely simple mod to do. I'm going to show you the process here on the Steam Deck. So in game mode on the deck, what we're going to want to do is switch over to desktop mode. So we're going to go ahead and hit the Steam button and go to power. Scroll down here to switch to desktop. Hit that and we'll get switched over to our desktop mode. All right, once we're on desktop mode, just use whatever browser you like to use to download files. And we're going to go ahead and go to the Nexus Mods website to grab this. Now, again, I'll put a link to this in the description, but I'll go ahead and go through, type this out here as well so you can see it on screen, and then we'll get this downloaded and installed. It's just www.nexusmods.com/Oblivion Remastered /mods and then /183. So again, really simple, and I'll put a link to this in the description for you so it's easier to copy paste or whatever you want there, but there's the address for you. So we're going to go ahead and click enter and we'll get into the website here. I'll go ahead and get rid of the keyboard. And if we scroll down here, it's the same website I showed in the beginning of the video. If we scroll down farther, we'll see those locations for Game Pass, the Steam version, and the Steam Deck location for the file where we need to go do that replacement. So I'm going to click on Files here on the Files tab, and we've got two choices. I'm just doing the LUMEN BE GONE mod for now. There is another combination mod down here with more tweaks if you want to also be able to check that out. But I specifically wanted to check out just the LUMEN BE GONE mod on its own. So we're going to go ahead and click that. We're going to do slow download here with the free account, and it won't take very long. It's a very small file to grab a hold of. So there we go. Already done here on our download. So we can close out our browser. Going to go ahead and open up our File Explorer here, or Dolphin, go to downloads where I downloaded this. I'm going to go ahead and just extract it right here. I don't have anything else in the way, and engine.ini is the file right here that we're going to want to copy and paste over in the game file. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up a new window to make this a little bit easier. We're going to go to Home. Now make sure you go over to your Settings tab in the upper right here and check off the Show Hidden Files to make sure that you can see all the files you need to get to here. Once you do that, you should see all these kind of grayed out. We're going to go to the local and then share. We're going to scroll down here and go to Steam. Scroll down again, and we're going to go to Steam Apps right over here. Once you get into Steam Apps, you're going to go to Compat Data. Click that, and then you're going to go to a numbered folder 2623190 right here. We're going to go to the PFX folder and drive C. We're going to go to users right down here, Steam user, documents, and then to my games, Oblivion Remastered. We're going to go to the save file, config, and then Windows. And right in here, we're going to scroll down and see its original engine file right here, engine.ini. Now what I'm going to do to make this a little safer for me to revert is what I usually do, which is just do a copy paste onto my desktop. So I'm going to copy that file, the original. I'm going to paste it to my desktop so I can easily just revert back if I want to. Just kind of a tip if you want to do something like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and copy the new engine file that we got with that is modded with the LUMEN BE GONE. And I'm just going to paste it right into here. You could remove the old one first or not. I'm just going to paste it in, and then it's going to ask me kind of a prompt here to overwrite since I didn't delete that out. So we're just going to click on here, overwrite. It'll be done really quickly. And then we're already finished. So all we need to do is close out of this and go back to game mode. The actual install is done. So let's go ahead and get back to game mode. All right, now that we're back over to game mode, we can launch into the game and we'll just take a quick look at some side-by-side comparisons I've got of some still areas just kind of hanging out so we can see the difference, both visuals and performance-wise. About 10 FPS, 8 to 10 FPS difference here, but visually the game is just much more lifeless and flatter. That's just something you've got to be willing to accept with the more performance. Another area here where anywhere from 6 to 10 FPS more in performance, it just isn't going to look as nice visually. The game's already pretty rough on low as it is, so just know what you're getting into. But the mod certainly is doing its job, turning off that hardware lumen and kind of helping with performance. There's areas like this, though, that I think are more CPU heavy, maybe, where it doesn't help as much, and then other areas kind of in between. So I see anywhere from a 3 to 10 FPS increase in the game just with that mod. That's not even using any other mods or that combination mod we showed and talked about. So just with the Lumen Be Gone, that's what we're looking at there. And again, it isn't as nice visually in the game. It is a flatter, more kind of lifeless game, but that's to be expected when we're turning that off. So it's just important to know what you're getting into, and maybe there's other mods or the combo that kind of helps with that or increases performance more. But this certainly is much better, even though it certainly still has its dips and issues, and that's just on PC in general with this game. It just has a lot of performance issues, especially on lower end hardware. But just with this one simple mod, it is a step that did help a good bit in a lot of areas that might be worth doing, especially if you're willing to kind of give in a little bit more on the visuals, even more than we already kind of are on the deck. But anyways, guys, that's how you install this mod. That's checking it out, a quick comparison, and what you can kind of expect to see visual-wise and performance-wise when it comes to this. Maybe we'll get into checking out more down the road. It is interesting to get into and see what more we can kind of get out of this game on the deck or maybe some other devices. All right, guys, as always, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.